Hi, we're already here. So, first of all, I dressed up like really to celebrate this Happy New Year session with you. And secondly, um, unfortunately, Serena will not be able to join us today. So, I will be doing this session, but she is present here, of course. And so I'd like to invite you to just take a deep breath right now, to just feel Serena's presence and mine too. So Serena wasn't feeling too good today. She's been going through her regular transformation, of course, and it just so happens to be going through the physical body quite intensely, and so she didn't feel very well and well enough in order to be able to join us today. So I'm just sharing here the live session. Okay, wait a minute. Sorry. Okay. So I do have a few things I'd really like to share today. Hello, Joanna. Hello. Then, so you can share your hello on the chat. And hello, Katarina. And first of all, I'd like to thank you all very much for being a part of my life, for being a part of 2022, 2021, and all of those moments we've shared together, and for being here now as we enter this new year of 2023. Hello, Sharon, Anna, Primoz, Joya, Ida, Mateja. Because this time that we are sharing right now is different. This 2023 is kind of different from anything we've ever experienced before. Hello, Corinne. Hello, Marcia, Maya. Hello, everyone. And just for those who have come on a little bit later, just informing you that unfortunately Serena will not be joining us physically. She is having a bit of a rough time with her health at the moment, and so she's not here physically, but of course she is here with us in presence, and she sends her love to everyone. And next month, on the 2nd of February, for sure we'll be together here during this show. Okay, so there are a few things I had already noted down that I wanted to share about today, and I'll start with the first one. So, given the fact that 2023 is really an epic, and I'll repeat, epic year that is starting, because it is the turning point between what we've lived so far within the Pisces era and are now going into the Aquarius era full on. And not only, there are more people consciously aware of themselves here on Earth right now than they've ever been before. So that will for sure have a big influence on what we will all be living in 2023. And of course, there are also a lot of alignments within the planets and all of that. And basically, it is a turning point where we can choose more consciously what it is that we are wanting to experience hereafter. Oh, you do, Sharon. You have a kitty like, well, he purrs all the time and always comes and joins me whenever I go online. So this is Twinkle. Hey, Twinkle, say hello. He's still a bit of a baby. He came here like a month or almost 2 ago, and he's still a baby. Well, anyway, going on. This year is the year where manifestation is faster than ever before. And that means that if you, I, all of us, are consciously aware of the fact that we are creators, that we do have the capacity to manifest whatever we set our clear intention on, many things can and will change in each particular individual life, but also can and will change at a more global scale. This being said, what I'd like to introduce here is the first thing I'd like to introduce is that continuing to create a divide between dark and light will only create more havoc. So what do I mean by that? As conscious explorers of existence, we are here and we exist not as light or dark beings. We exist as a whole. And it's not about focusing on becoming the light or on being the light that the transcendence of duality happens. Rather, it is by realizing that that which we usually call the darkness is simply the part of us that is in the shadow. Yet, it is no less relevant than what we see, that which is in the light. Actually, that which is in the darkness is what seeds the soil of our growth. And so, in order for us to consciously evolve beyond separation, the gap between what is perceived to be light and what is perceived to be dark must end. Because as long as there is conflict, there will be separation in our own reality. And therefore, there will be disharmony, and therefore suffering, and so on and so on. And the story goes on, and we all know it really well. So the choice is upon us right now to realize our wholeness, not to keep on focusing on either side, be it light or dark, but to realize that it is all just one with many different flavors. So the first invitation I'd like to leave here today is this awareness that as long as there is a bias towards the light, there will be a need for more darkness. But if we can consciously become aware that that bias is just an illusion, then there can be balance. And that balance means that then conflict is not constantly necessary. Because conflict is necessary within this constantly changing world that we live in this realm. It's necessary for us to be able to create harmony. Once we create harmony within the balance of all things, then we can experience something other than conflict. And as long as the conflict is going on inside of us, that's what each one will be experiencing in our own realities. So, if there is an inner discrepancy that separates light from dark in such a way that there is a wall between them, that is what we, each one, will be experiencing in our outer reality. Because the reality we create is a consequence of what's going on inside. This has been shared and shared by many, and it can be said in many words, in many different ways, but it can only be perceived by each one in your own inner realm, in your own knowingness, in your own truth. But the essential thing that I really would like to leave here is this invitation to bring light and dark together out of conflict within. So that the so-called new earth that has been dreamed for so long can really be your reality. A new earth where you experience completely new levels of not only awareness, but conscious creation and harmony and balance, and where your heart is at peace because there is no longer an inner conflict, and therefore what you perceive and experience in your own creation brings about that, but you do not impose it on anyone. Because peace cannot be imposed. It cannot be chosen for anyone else but yourself. Because it's precisely because of conflict that each one gets to a point of awakening. So it's all a process of existing in 3D reality that then expands according to our capacity to release the need for a dual experience. So that's the first thing I'd like to leave here as an invitation for 2023. Even when answering, like when sending out a message or an email, and then sometimes people have this tendency to wish other people light. Oh, I send you much light. It can kind of like backfire, because if, for instance, you're sending much light to someone who has much inner conflict, then lo and behold, you might just be sending a huge atomic bomb that will make the darkness even more perceptible. So more awareness around this big gap, this illusionary idea of light as being good and dark as being bad. This need to remain in separation. The second thing I'd like to invite the awareness around here today is that the human has to be on board. So what do I mean with this? Well, for eons of time, we've been coming over here and experiencing ourselves in many different layers and facets, in many different ways. And we have lived spiritually, non-spiritually, and so on. And in many of those spiritual experiences we've had in many lifetimes, and even in this one, we have perceived the human to be somewhere within an inferior realm, to be somehow implicitly irrelevant or unnecessary, and transcendable. And yes, the human self is transcendable in the simple fact that we are not just this. And it's important to have that awareness. We are not just this. And we all do here. All of us here in this live gathering today. But the point is that if we weren't to be experiencing humanness, we wouldn't be here on earth. And if we weren't to be experiencing the uniqueness of each humanness, and when combined to our divinity, which is one and the same thing, again, we wouldn't be having an experience on planet Earth. And so it's important to realize that in having free will, the human self has also made many choices that have led to many outcomes. And the human self needs to be willing to be available to take full responsibility for free will and all of the choices made, and to really let go of guilt and shame. around all of the experiences that have resulted from the choices made by the human here on earth. For many of the choices, as we all know, have been made without the participation of our souled beingness. And as such, we have had all sorts of experiences which have enhanced our beingness. Because if the beingness, the awareness of essence had been there all along, those experiences would never have even happened. So it's important to realize that the human is responsible, yes, though not guilty, and does not need to carry the burden of shame, for it is useless once one realizes the wholeness of being a divine human. There is nothing to be ashamed of. No need to carry guilt around, for guilt only exists for lack of responsibility. Once we allow ourselves to take full responsibility, we surrender into the knowingness of our wholeness, and for our essence to be able to bring us through into a new earth with a new kind of experience. Us, I mean each one individually. Though, of course, we are all as well part of a whole. In order for that to happen, for this new to be perceivable and experienceable, the human facet has to be on board, in surrender, in allowing, but aware that it is the human that has to make the final choices all the time here on earth. So listen to your essence, listen to the invitations. Keep on allowing yourself to embody the wholeness, to embody your soul, to be a divine human. Here, available for a new kind of life, beyond the conflict and separation of light and dark, beyond the need for suffering and effort in order to manifest. What would you like to be experiencing in this new year? In your own reality. So any and all points of conflict within you, it's time to take responsibility for them and to allow the human to finally also be able to experience compassion. Compassion, it comes from the soul, from the essence. This unconditional acceptance of all that is. But the human self, which perceives him or herself no longer as separate, can also finally experience and know compassion. This, for me, is one of the greatest gifts of transcending separation, of taking responsibility, of being here now. I invite you to just be with this for a few moments. Just allowing all of this to sink in. Gently. No need to understand. Understanding comes as a result of integration, never prior to it. Fully, I mean. And the last thing I'd like to share about today is that this whole shift in consciousness and this whole new landscape of possibilities that is now before us doesn't mean that we're going to be experiencing world peace, and that all of a sudden all conflict everywhere is going to disappear. And that all of a sudden the paradise we have all dreamed of is going to happen. These are things we have come to believe in throughout the era of Pisces, the dreams of all of a sudden everything becoming completely peaceful here on earth. And I'd like to invite you, everyone, all of us, to realize it's not about that. This is the planet where we come to experience change, to experience manifestation in physical form, to experience transcendence of duality, and to experience duality itself, of course. It is rather a place where we come to master harmony and balance. And for that, each one needs their own experiences. This planet is such a gift to all of us, to the whole universe, which is huge anyway. So there are so many planets that are a huge gift, that all planets are a huge gift, because everything is part of wholeness. But here we come to experience change, the shifting nature of physical reality, so many more things. So, if you'd like to, and only if you feel this is something that makes sense and resonates with you, if you'd like to bring back home the dreams that have been created throughout the millennia, about a completely peaceful earth. Just allow these dreams to bring the energy they have been using to seek out there. Allow that energy to come back home. And perceive Earth from your essence, from the grand landscape of your compassion. And know that new Earth is here for you. And for many who choose to experience their own new Earth. And that we can enjoy each other's new Earth. By creating it ourselves, we can expand it by experiencing it together, each one opening up new possibilities within this new Earth. But without needing to hold on to the dreams of paradise. Because, paradise, it's upon you. It's yours. Once you experience harmony and balance, you are in paradise. And each one has been given the free will to experience whatever it is that serves them best in their own existence and in the whole. For it has been shared before and yet still is one of probably the hardest things to wrap our heads around. There is no other. So each one of us experiences ourselves in everything we see, perceive, think, say, do, in everything in our reality. And so it is with each one. We are each other. And if we can experience the divine human's oneness within, with no more separation between light and dark, then we can experience that in our reality. And then, who knows what? For you see, each one of us has a particular perspective which derives from our own uniqueness, the sum total of our experiences as a being, not only here on earth, but throughout the universe and throughout all of the dimensions we have experienced. So, the biggest invitation being releasing the need to separate light and dark. Would you like to be your own superhero and allow your so-called superpowers, because they haven't been allowed before because of the separation, allowing your own superpowers garnered through all of that which you have allowed yourself to experience, allowing these superpowers to serve you. And in serving you, obviously, it serves everything, everyone, the whole of existence. So for 2023, I am gonna for sure enjoy witnessing you using your unique superpowers, the result of reunion within, of harmony and balance. Just so as I choose and allow my own superpowers to be known to me and to expand, so much to discover. So much magic to discover. So if you'd like to close your eyes and just breathe. Allowing yourself to be completely here now in this physical body. That harbors the essence of magnificence. Which is so, so simple, unpretentious, natural. Breathe deeply through your nose. And allow. And so it is with endless gratitude that I embrace you. So thankful that you are here now and excited to discover what it is that each one of us is going to be creating from here on. Thank you. If there's anything you'd like to comment about all of this that's been shared here today, or to add, or even to ask, please go ahead and do so in the comments. And just being here now in this moment with you feels like magic, really. Okay, so Rebecca, where can we find the replay? You can find it on In Passion Coaching Facebook page, on In Passion Coaching YouTube channel, also on Serena-Faith Masterson YouTube channel, And also on my website, in the Impassioned Creations tab, you will find Discovering the Magic. And there you will also find access to the replay. So there are, this is the third Discovering the Magic session. There are another 2 there, and it's there on the playlist, on the YouTube playlist. And though Serena was not able to be here in this live sharing, she is here with us in consciousness, and may she rejoice in the transformation her body is going through. And each and every one, if you're going through discomfort and a challenging time physically, rejoice in it, allow it, perceive what it is bringing you, receive it. And if you need to support your body in any way with whatever, food, medication, or exercise, or just staying still, breathing, whatever it is, allow yourself to get in touch with your body and listen and take care of it with so much loving care. It is your vessel here on earth in this incredible experience. Do take care of it. So let me see. I'm looking at the comments now. So there's a question here. I was wondering if you came to this point through pain of experience, or was it completely natural for you? Great question. Actually, both, I would say, both. The pain of experience made me, so to speak, as I think it makes everyone sooner or later, want to wake up. But then I discovered it's natural. So on one hand, yes, through the pain of experience, we come to realize moment to moment what is necessary to transcend the pain and to start experiencing something else. But through that, we also discover that it is natural. The knowingness, the wisdom, everything, the clarity, it's natural. It's natural to all of us. And as long as we just keep on allowing it, we become more and more aware and more accepting, and on and on and on. And the amazing thing here in this earth experience, and I guess I'll speak about that because I'm here now as a human in a physical body, is not knowing anything, And we can listen to many different people sharing many different points of wisdom, but none of us knows more than what we can perceive through our experience of existence here now. And of course that everything we have ever seen, done, been, etc. converges into the here and now. And so we drink from that pool of the whole of our existence, each one of us. But then it's up to each one of us to perceive, how does this feel? Does this make sense to me in my heart. To the mind, a lot of what has been shared here today makes no sense at all. It doesn't matter. But when the mind has surrendered to its natural function, which is that of serving wholeness, then it doesn't need to understand. It just translates. And seen in a bigger picture, the mind of spirit, is the creator. That's why when in separation, the mind of the small human self also has so much power, because it has that intrinsic quality of creatorship. Thank you very much, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you, everyone here. It's such a pleasure and a gift that we can be here today on the very first day of an epic 2023. I'm sure it's going to be epic for all of us. That I'm sure of. And I know you are too. Thank you. So I guess this is all for now, but today I do have another 2. I don't know how I did this, but then in the end I realized, oh, wait a minute, I've created 3 things for today. So I do have the just breathe into your silence at 6 p.m. Portugal time on Insight Timer. You can find the link on my website, also in Passion Creations. Then you look for Just Breathe into Your Silence, and the link is there. It's also on Facebook. And that's 15 minutes of presence in silence. So we create a space of profound reverence and honor with ourselves and each other. And so I invite you, if you'd like to come along at 6 p.m. And then at 8 p.m., I have the 11 mindful minutes, which is actually it's created for the Portuguese Association of English Teachers. And usually every Wednesday at 8 p.m., I have these 11 mindful minutes where I share different points of awareness around using the breath as a tool. Well, it's not really a tool, but let's say so, as a way, a means to living mindfully. And so because it's the 1st of January, I changed it to today, this week. So that's at 8 p.m. You can access that on my Facebook and Passion Coaching page, on the Mindful EFL page, on Facebook too, also Mindful EFL YouTube channel. So that's all happening today. And that's so wonderful, isn't it? And Pedro says, I can so feel the magic that is already here. I'll share the comment here. It's always been here, and it feels like a blessing to allow it and to embody it and feel it as my own, without resistance and judgment. Yes, exactly. Because it's our own magic. That's the whole thing. We've been sort of kind of avoiding being so fully bold to accept that and to take responsibility for that too. Actually, we've used this magic in other lifetimes, sometimes in ways that we're not so proud of, and then we decided to shut it down. It's time to let it out again, but from a point of balance and harmony. Trifecta magic, says Sharon. What does that mean, trifecta? Sharon, can you enlighten me here around that? Yeah, so let's keep on celebrating. Oh, by the way, just so you get it on your calendar, on the 25th of March, we're celebrating In Passion Coaching's 12th anniversary. So it started on the 12th of March, 12 years ago, 2011. And so we're having, oh, okay, trifecta, when three things come together in synergy. Oh, wow, so I'm that, because I'm a number 3 all around. Thank you, Sharon, for the clarification. So on the 25th of March, we're having a big celebration here at my home, and you're invited. So find out it on my website. You can find on the calendar, there's a link to this celebration, and then you can find out how to be here. So please get it on your calendar, 25th of March. And meanwhile, Serena and I will be joining you next month on the 2nd of February, same time as today. And do enjoy each and every new breath of each and every new moment of this new year. Thank you. A huge, loving hug, bubbling with joy, magic. See you soon. Bye-bye.